All right, we're recording.
Okay, cool. We're recording. Jeremy's jumping on with us. So, oh no.
All right. Hi.
Hey.
Happy Friday night.
What's up?
Okay, so Jenica started recording already. So.
Oh, hi again.
So, let's jump in.
All right. So, well,
people.
I'm Jeremy. This is Lindsay, and we are your mentorship, if you didn't know. And I say that because we really haven't been super involved like we'd like to be with in your mentorship. So it's part of the reason I even say that. Most of you guys, I think, do know who we are, but you may or may not feel as connected as we would like to be with your business and your growth. So we wanted to, how do you want to kick us off?
Well, let's.
You always leave it to me, so I'm going to leave it to you.
All right. Hey, Kim, why don't you jump off mute? And why don't you just talk to us a little bit about, well, you asked the question the best about.
All right. So I didn't know if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. So Kim, we're going to put you on the spot because I can tell you're sitting in your bed. And so that makes me jealous. So
we have a few more hours.
I got to wait like a few more hours to go to
Here, so.
I'm ready. It's only 5:30 here. Anyways, okay. So, Kim, one of the things that we say a lot, or I say a lot, is that Optavia can be two things for people. It is either the dream, which is really what it is for Lindsay. That's what it is for my wife. Doing this is really the dream for her. The feeling of helping people win, all of that, plus the income that it can provide for our family. That really is building this business is a dream. For me, I love all of those things, which is why I'm passionate about doing what we do. But it is not the ultimate dream for me. I have some very specific dreams. However, what I know is that Optavia is a vehicle that enables me to live out that dream. Okay, so real quick, I'll just give you one of my dreams is I really want to take my coaching to an entirely new level. And I actually want to work with men and women who are parents and are married and have help them through adversity, not just in this side of their health, but in every part of their health with adversity. That's my dream. And so this vehicle opens that door. I don't know if I can build this business in a way, I can leave that job over there with the badge and the gun and that I do and do this. So for you, what would you say this is first and foremost? Did you just love doing this, or is this helping you to achieve something else at a different type of dream?
I think for me, it's definitely helping me achieve something else. I think it's evolving. I just started coaching around Thanksgiving time. Okay. So it really started out with an opportunity for some financial freedom, some time freedom. I'm a full-time human resources director, so I have a full-time profession, and but is that passion there? So it's a little bit of both, right? There's a passion for me to be able to help people, and I feel like for me that's really important. So it's evolving where I am starting to believe that this can be so much more than just a little bit of extra cash to help my son who just graduated, go to college.
Right.
So, it's changing for me. And actually, I just met with my coach last night. We had a conversation about, why do we allow, to think so small? It's so easy to think small, and, we're tired of that. And, and I'm tired of that. I want to be able to work when and where I want. My dream is to have a little baby beach house. I've said this for years and years, and just be able to make choices for my family based on what we want and how we want to live our life versus because we have to because of these limitations, and then think of the people that we can help along the way. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a vehicle to really just opportunities to serve in ways that I can't right now.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
I know. Thank you.
To do what we want when and where we want to, and not be restricted. That's a great dream. I actually, as I've been challenged by my coach by one of my coaches, I've been challenged to like write down the details. And that's one of the things that I wrote down is I want to live on at least an acre of land or on a lake. It can be both. I'll take both. But it has to be one or at least the other. And I'm going to have one night at least a week that I sit on the porch, I stare out, and I dream about what I'm going to create next because I want the time to do that. And so that's good. I love that. Heidi, I see you. And so now guess what? I'm going to ask you. So what for you is Optavia like this dream? You just love building this business, this type of business? Is it like a dream come true for you? Or are you working towards something that this can free you up to become or to do? There, she's off mute. Go for it.
Oh.
Jenica.
Looks like I'm muted. I was actually just informed of the call, so
Okay.
I just jumped on.
Now we're putting you on the spot. Welcome.
Welcome to the call. Answer the question.
Well, for the last few months, I took a step back because my boyfriend had a stroke back in January. So that was very hard, and I was working and then with this, and it was just like complicated. But I will say this, I have 4 calls set up tomorrow.
Well, welcome back, girl.
I know, all of a sudden it came boom, June, and I was just like, okay, that was good.
Great.
So I'm coming back. I'm still thinking about convention. I know it's bad. I didn't sign up yet.
It's not
No,
bad.
that's not bad.
I'm glad you just brought that up. First of all, let's just pause and say, how's your boyfriend?
Huh?
How is your boyfriend doing?
Oh, he's come back. He made a huge comeback.
Good.
He's back to working.
Good.
But we did find out that he's type 1.
Okay.
So, but we're dealing with that, and he's doing so much better.
Good. Good.
So,
and then number 2,
one less stress. So now I get to juggle everything.
right.
Yeah.
Well, then here, let's deal with the number 2 thing that you said, and I want to just say it right away for all of you. There's no shame, okay? We not shame on you for not registering for convention.
No, we wanted to set up this call.
That's part of the reason we want to talk to you. But I wanted
Right.
to start with this, just get you thinking. I'm not going to make all of you answer. I just want to get you guys thinking. What do I actually want? It's funny that I say this because when I've been asked that question in a very recent past, I got pretty, I don't want to tell you what I want. And I got a little bit rebellious. Lindsay's laughing
He had
because
to apologize the next day.
Lindsay's laughing because in 17 years of marriage, she told me I was acting in a very specific way that I've never heard her say. And she wasn't angry. She was actually smiling while she did it. And she was right. And I had to apologize. So, because I didn't like the challenge. But it's so important, you guys. Ben Stein says this. The most important thing about getting what you want in life is actually knowing what you want in life. And so if we don't know what we want, when life gets a little icky, when we show up in the middle of June, which is the middle of our year, and we go, we're in the messy middle, we may not continue because we don't really know, we've lost focus of what we want. So if we know really specifically what we want, then we're able to drive through the mess and the muck and continue till we get there, knowing eventually we're going to get there. And so that's why I wanted to start with asking those questions of you. Even if you didn't answer tonight, I still want you to be thinking, what specifically do I want? Specifically. Like we ask our clients, not that I want to be healthy, great. Not that I just want to lose weight, that's good. I actually want to weigh 175 pounds and I'd like to do that before Christmas. That's specific.
And then why? Because that's going to enable me to do.
Yes, because then we take it even further and we talk about, so when you're 175 pounds by Christmas, what are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm going skiing and snowboarding with my kids because I can do that. That's really what a person wants. And the same thing you need to begin to do and challenge yourself to do. So what do I want? I love that. I want to go anywhere at any time. And so what my follow-up question for you, Kim, would be, where's the first place you'd go? And you don't have to answer it right now, but where's the first place you'd go? And what would you do when you got there? because that's what's going to drive you through the messy middle or the surrendered center or however you want to say it. That's what's going to keep you driving. When things get foggy, when technical issues arise in the Optavia world, when somebody's premier order got canceled, whatever, that's what's going to drive you to the next call, to the next support, to the next training. That's what's going to do it. Now, with that, I believe one of the most important tools you'll have for the rest of this year, what I believe is one of the most important tools you'll have is convention. So that's why we've asked, 2 reasons we've asked Jenica to set up this call. Number one, if you haven't, Heidi, registered for convention, we really do want you to know it's probably one of the best choices you can make for your business. I've not had one person go to convention and say, well, that sucked. I really haven't. And I'm going to tell you what I've told a couple other people. I am a convention skeptic and cynic. I hate conferences of all kinds. Hate them. I try and find ways out of any conference I can go to. Literally just was at a conference 2 weeks ago. My wife had to get the car fixed. I came up with the reason that I should probably make sure that car is okay. She totally could have handled it, but I got to leave the conference 3 hours early. I do that for any convention I go to. I was a pastor for 14 years. I went to a conference every year for 14 years. And out of 14 years, I probably sat through maybe 1 workshop if you combine all the minutes I was in over 14 years, because I don't like conventions. So when I was told to go to convention in 2017, which was the first year that I was a coach, I was like, oh man, I don't want to spend this money and go to this thing. I'm not even going to sit through it. I'm just going to need a good hotel room because that's where I'm going to be. And I will tell you, as a convention cynic, I sat through every workshop. I sat through every general session. I went in going, they're just going to try and hype me up. I don't need their hype. I didn't feel hyped. I felt empowered. And there's a huge difference, because you can tell somebody, I used to tell youth group students this all the time when I was a youth pastor. I can tell you all day long that if you want to be a firefighter, go out there and fight fires. That's hype. Because if you actually run out and try and fight a fire without all the tools you need, you're just going to burn up. But if I tell you you can be a firefighter and then I equip you with the tools to be a firefighter, now you can fight a fire. And that's what convention does. It empowers us to not just be inspired, but to actually move forward. And so and honestly, we need a little bump when we get to the middle of the year. We need that community. We need that reminder, because at our convention, unlike almost anything else, you begin to really understand heart of what we're about. And you start to go, okay, that makes sense why sometimes they aren't as good with technical stuff, because these are a bunch of people that just really love people. They're not necessarily always the best at the technical, but they're really good at loving people. Like, you'll find out that Dr. A is who Dr. A says he is. You'll find out that Nick, our CEO, really does care about you, not just the numbers that he's got to report to the stockholders. It's a really amazing place. And so I will tell you right now, it will really have an impact on your business if you go. So with that said, we want to do our thing to help you get there. And so Lindsay and I have been spending some time looking at the different legs of our business, because that's just where we're at in our business, and you should be there too. You should always be kind of checking what's going on with the people that you're mentoring and the people you're serving. And like I said, we're your mentorship. And so you happen to be in one of those legs. Jenica's your leader and we're your mentors. And we have been looking for clues and signs as to what is winning and what is missing, and kind of asking the question, so what's next? What do we need to do to help this particular leg of business? How does this particular leg need to grow? And I'm actually going to turn what we see and what we want to encourage over to you, because I don't remember the exacts. So go ahead.
Okay. So, when we were talking, we wanted to obviously give you guys some incentive. So we do want to throw $200 cash into one of your bank accounts. Like, we're not going to do wellness credits. We want to give you $200, whether you want to use it for
hotel,
walking around money, or towards your flight, or whatever you want to use it towards.
That's a whole lot of walking around money.
Well, I mean, maybe they like Starbucks 10 times a day. I don't know. But yeah. So, and what we want to do to incentivize that is, as you are working and growing your business this month, this is the opportunity to earn different areas, different ways to earn what we are going to call a raffle, and some raffle tickets. So, I do want you to write this down, especially if you have other coaches, because it's really important that you communicate to them that this is an opportunity for them. And so you are going to get a raffle ticket for signing 5 clients and 1 new coach. Okay. Yeah, 5 and 1. We're doing 5 and 1.
Okay.
Then you're going to get a raffle ticket for every celebration call you do with your mentor.
With your mentor.
Not on your own. You're not like, well, I celebrated them. They finished week 1, wanted to report it so I could get a raffle ticket. It is with you. So if you are the mentor coach, you are the business coach, and your coaches are getting you on that celebration call, awesome. If Jenica is that person for you, great. Okay. So 1 raffle ticket per celebration call. If you have skipped this process,
go back and do it.
That's okay. We call them integration calls. So if your client has never met a mentor of yours, okay, they have never met a coach of yours, I want you to go back and go, hey, you're crushing it on program right now, and I think it would be so awesome. I would love it because I've been talking about you. What?
No, I'm listening. It's powerful.
No,
I wouldn't say, hey, you're just crushing it. I would actually say, hey, there's a part of our coaching that I really want to make sure you are a part of, and we haven't done this, and we need to do it.
Well, that's better.
The reason is part of what we're recognizing in your leg of business is a duplicatability down the line. And so if they think it was just because they were a great client and then they have a client that's not so great, they may not replicate it. But if they recognize that it's a part of the process, then when they become a coach, they will just do it because it's part of the process. They won't just pick and choose who they do it with.
Good. Yes. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah. So go back. That's so good. Way better. Okay. So raffle ticket for celebration calls. One of the things, if you guys were on last night's training, yay. If you haven't, please, please, please watch that recording ASAP, because we talked a lot of systems. Okay. So that is all across the board. We need a systems check. So that's why we're talking celebration calls, and we're also talking coach explorers. Some of you are capable of exploring coaching on your own, but what we want is to introduce more of our clients to that, okay? So we want you to get on with your mentor and coach explore. So Jen talked about it last night in the training. I'm not going to go back over it, just some simple ways to be bringing that into every week, your weekly client support, okay? So make sure that you go back and listen for verbiage on how to do that. The more coach explorers you have going on, hey, do you want to just explore if coaching is a fit for you? And you get that call scheduled, and that call happens, great, okay? That's how you're going to find the one this month. And then we're going to give 1 more ticket for, meet and greet. So once you sign that coach, you're going to immediately schedule that meet and greet, because meet and greets is going to happen, needs to happen within the 48 hours of them signing up as a coach. So if you have a coach and haven't done a meet and greet yet, then make sure you get that scheduled, and that will give you one of your raffle tickets.
And I want to just throw this out and just say it, because I think maybe I'm just projecting, but we are not doing this because we think you don't know what you're doing. Even if you're really good at celebration calls, doing them by yourself, that's not the point. So Jenica's really good at them. And we've told Jenica, you need to do celebration calls with us. She knows that. So she's done, when her clients finish week 1, guess what? We're getting on a call. One of us is getting on a call with her client. Jenica's amazing at these. Jenica started hundreds of clients at this point. She knows how to help someone celebrate. And if you listen to Jen's training, she explains why. The reason for this is duplicatability of process, so that down the line, when you've sponsored a coach who's now sponsored a coach who's also sponsored a coach, everybody's following the same process, and therefore everybody wins. Mm-hmm. And so you will you'll get better by doing these with your mentorship, but even if you're the greatest, you still should have we've been doing this for 2 years, and Lindsay just did a celebration call yesterday with our coach, because that's why our process works so well, is the power of our community. That is really attractive. And you, like Jen says on the training, which you all need to watch, what your mentorship can say to a client in a celebration call just sounds a little different than what you might say. And we've said it often. An expert's just someone from out of town. They can say the same thing you said, but they're different than you. So suddenly it's like, whoa, do you know we're supposed to eat every 2.5 hours? Like, and you're like, yeah, that's what I told you every day. But because your mentor said it, it's like mind blowing. So that's just part of the reason we do it. So I don't want you guys to think this is us coming in. You guys obviously don't.
And guess what? You get elevated when you bring a client on. Your coach is going to elevate you and talk about, you know what, you are in such great hands with Heidi. So I'm just here to help you celebrate. You've got a great coach in Heidi. You're in real good hands. So that also elevates you. So it's something that it's just such a great part of the system.
Yep.
So we just want to reward you guys with these different opportunities that you guys get back into the structure and the basics of coaching. If you haven't, some of you guys are. So that's why we're just giving you all the opportunity.
So then what we'll do is at the end of the month, we will do this drawing. Jenica's going to help us out, and I know her leaders are going to help track all this. And we're going to give away the $200, and you're going to be at convention with us, and you're going to be, rolling deep with your $200 of walking around.
And we have a really fun Friday night party, you guys, that we just booked, and we're really, really excited. It's just team time, and it is just our organization. And we're going to have a big party are we announcing it yet? No, not yet.
But it's going to be awesome. It's a buffet. You get all kinds of cool, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be really
Why
fun.
did I bring up food right away? Because I still struggle with that. Food is celebration. So that's why. But it's going to be a really great time.
They're going to have a bartender there.
And Lindsay struggles with alcohol. So we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we just want you guys there because community is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So do you guys have any questions about that?
Yeah, you can come off mute if you have any questions.
You can come off mute if you just want to go, woo.
Woo.
Great.
Okay. Yay. Thanks, Kim.
So yeah, I really hope we see you at convention. There you
Stop
go.
it.
Thank you, Samsung.
That was my dogs.
That's all.
Thanks.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Don't apologize. So I guess the last thing I would leave you with is one thing we're not necessarily giving raffle tickets away for, but if you are struggling in that whole the 5 of the 5-in-1, then it's also okay to ask your mentorship to come and listen to a call. Okay. It's okay to do that. And I would encourage you guys, if you have coaches that are considering convention, then get them to hear this, listen to this recording so they know what's going on, include them. This is for them too. If you have coaches that are not considering coming to convention, you might want to offer and talk to them about why. Because even if you've never been there, cool, go together and you'll experience it together for the first time. But you use your mentorship. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Your mentor makes income when you succeed. They don't make as much as you do, but they make income. So make them earn their money. Okay. So I want you to utilize Jenica and make her so exhausted from celebration calls. She just rolled her eyes at me because I know that's going to
for my
help
daughter.
because I want her to earn her keep around here. No, I'm just saying, you guys, this is why we're in it together. We all are working to help each other win. So let them jump on and let them help.
And the beauty, you guys, is so we brought 4 coaches with us our first convention. And out of those 4, 3 of those are our strong global directors. And so I will say that if you are serious about your dreams and what you feel like Optavia, you're here for a reason, obviously, and you're on this call or you're listening to the recording because you do believe that this could be the vehicle towards you accomplishing those dreams. Yeah. Then I would say this investment, it's an investment into your business. It's proof, out of 4, 3 of those were global directors and super strong legs of businesses. So who knows what can happen? Maybe you are one of those that's going to awaken and see and be okay, and you are that global director.
Or maybe you're going to bring yours.
Right.
So awesome, guys. Well, have a great night. We won't keep you any longer because it's almost 9 o'clock your time, 6 o'clock my time. So it's bedtime for both of us. So
good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.